From Atlanta, Georgia, it's time for Braves baseball and time to stop a streak. Tonight, the Braves face the St. Louis Cardinals, their rivals from the National League Central, in Game 2 of a 3-game series. All year long, Braves baseball on Sports South is being presented by Academy Sports and Outdoors, The Right Stuff, and The Low Price. Hi again, friends. Joe and Chip back at the ballpark. The Braves' losing streak has reached 8. Enough about that. Let's see if Atlanta can get back in the win column. If they do, Joe, they'll do it with a new member of this 25-man roster tonight.
Yeah, a change was made today. Chris Medlin was actually sent back to Gwinnett in hopes that he can stretch out his arm a little bit and come back to Atlanta and join the starting rotation. That's the plan right now. And maybe it'll take 2, maybe 3 or 4 starts. Who knows? But in his place, Jose Constanza was called up from Gwinnett. He was hitting .288 there, and we all know what he did last year when he kind of lit a fire under the team when they really needed some help offensively. And he did just that with his speed, putting the ball in play. And were it not for an ankle injury, who knows what his numbers might have been in September. But he played hard, did a good job in the outfield. He'll be in there tonight, not batting 8th. He'll be batting 9th. The pitcher's going to bat 8th tonight. So Jose, in essence, gives Freddie Gonzalez 2 leadoff men. With
Michael Bourne, who will hit first, and we'll get to the lineups in just a few minutes. Speaking of sparks, starting pitching's got to get a spark. That's really been a struggling point and a troublesome point during the 8-game losing streak, too.
A lot of inconsistencies from some of the younger guys, and I think that's what prompted the move to send Medlin to Gwinnett to get his arm going so he could join the rotation. But the pitching has really been scuffling a little bit during this 8-game losing streak. Not just a little bit, a 6.29 ERA. Compared to the previous 14 games when their ERA was under 3 and had 9 quality starts out of 14, it's really been taking a beating. A lot of long balls, as you see. So tonight, for Randall Delgado, who has had a real rough stretch of 7 games, he needs a good one. Hopefully he can keep the ball in the ballpark and keep it down. He's got a good hard sinker.
And an early lead would certainly help Randall Delgado and the psyche of this Braves offense. It starts with the man at the top, Michael Bourne. He's the Braves leadoff man. We will talk about what's been up with Michael Bourne in the leadoff spot for the Braves when we come back to Turner Field for Game 2 of this Braves-Cardinals series after this. At Turner Field, Michael Bourne getting ready to spark plug this Atlanta offense, if that is a verb. I know it's a noun, but let's hope that Michael can indeed get the Braves offense going in Game 2 of the series. Joe, when he's good, he's very good, and so is the Atlanta attack.
I don't care if it's a dangling participle if he gets on base and scores some runs tonight, because that's what the Braves need, is some offense. Michael Bourne's been struggling like everybody else during this 8-game losing streak, and during the streak he has gone hitless in 4 of those 8 games. Check it out, what a difference he makes in the offense. In the 26 wins, a very high average in on-base percentage and 24 runs. Only 9 runs scored by Michael Bourne in the 24 losses. So he is huge. He's talked about that. He said, hey, I'm the guy that gets it going. I'm the one that sets everybody else up. Let's hope he's able to do that tonight against Jake Westbrook.
The pride of Athens, Georgia faces the Braves. Indeed it is. Jake Westbrook for the Cardinals, Randall Delgado for the Braves. It's time to see some smiling, happy faces in the Braves dugout. An 8-game losing streak ends tonight, we hope, against the rampaging Redbirds. And we'll have the lineup send first pitch in just a quick moment. Academy Sports and Outdoors, by AT&T Uverse, by Delta Airlines, and by Toyota. We're moments away from baseball. It's the Braves, it's the Cardinals here at Turner Field in Atlanta.
Check out Martini's got a David Ross special.
Ow. 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 Ow.
A special salute for David Ross and his groin strain.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Here's the Cardinals batting order. St. Louis starts play today, a half game out in the National League Central. They are chasing down the Cincinnati Reds. Got to keep Furcal in check. We talked in our opening comments about the importance of Michael Bourne. The same can be said of Rafael Furcal and the St. Louis Cardinals.
On the mound for the Braves, Randall Delgado, still 22 years old, 6'3", 200 out of Panama. His last 7 starts have been a mix of ugly and decent, but no wins in there. He's 0-5 during that stretch with an ERA of close to 5 and quite a few walks. He's got to cut down on those, certainly. And it just seems like, again, when he does have a bad inning, he's not able to escape it without, a ton of runs being scored. And that's part of his keys to success today from Ford. Kneecaps, keep the ball down around the kneecaps with his good sinker. Keep the ball down, therefore keep it in the park, and that damage control, very important. If he does get into some trouble, get a ground ball or 2 and try to get out of it.
Well, he's got another comfortable night to pitch. Yes, it's warm, but the wind blowing straight in from center field at Turner Field tonight. 82 degrees. Our game time temperature.
Perfect.
And ball one from Delgado, high and away to Furcal. Rafael, 3 hits in the series opener yesterday.
Randall pitched against the Cardinals last September. Pitched pretty well. Got no decision. 5 innings. He only gave up 1 run. Walked 3, struck out 3. Threw a lot of pitches that day. 95 in 5 innings. Hopefully that won't be the case today.
Fly ball toward left. Costanza's first chance back in the big leagues, and Jose's got it. Ball flies out. Pretty speedy outfield, wouldn't you say, left to right for the Braves tonight? Costanza, Bourne, and Jason Hayward. With Costanza getting the start at left, that moves Martin Prado to third base. Eric Hinsky across the diamond at first, and good to see Brian McCann back. Brian started for the first time in a week yesterday and played the entire game. Here's Skip Schumacher, and he fouls the first pitch away for a strike.
Talked to Brian during batting practice, and he said he felt much better. Good sign.
Phil Cuzzy barks out a strike call. He's the home plate umpire for game 2. That's Manny Gonzalez, Greg Gibson, and Jerry Davis. Schumacher having a good year at the plate, hitting .329. He hits in a real good spot behind Furcal and in front of Matt Holliday, who's on deck. And he takes a letter high strike 3.
Big curveball from Randall there. I'm sure they didn't see too many of those in video when they were watching Delgado, because he's mostly fastball changeup. But got a strikeout with the hook there.
And he was giving him a little bit of the eye heading back to the dugout, wasn't he?
Looked like it.
Just
that stink eye thing?
Yeah, yeah. I see that every now and then. Here's Holliday. He was 2 for 3 yesterday. And there's one of those kneecappers you were talking about, a strike from Delgado.
Lance Lynn had a pretty good day yesterday, throwing 94 at the knees to both sides of the plate.
Cardinals had a note on Lynn's start yesterday. He's the second fastest to 8 wins in a season in Cardinal history.
No kidding.
Bob Gibson did it in 9 games.
Wow.
That was Lynn's 10th start, and he's 8-1. Gibson did that back in 1965. Off the plate for Holliday, 1 ball, 2 strikes. And that's inside the bag, fair down the right field line. Holliday just tomahawked that pitch. He's going to try for second, and he'll dive in safely. Matt Holliday with a 2-out double.
Tomahawk is right. Looked like another high curveball. Much like the one that Schumacher took. It might have even been higher than that, and it was. But he got on top of it and found a spot between Hinsky and the line.
So Holiday.
And he reaches again against the Braves.
Yeah, well, he had that long streak of 41 in a row snapped up in St. Louis. He's been on in both games in this series. Now he gives Beltran a chance to put the Cardinals in front with 2 outs. How about the year Carlos Beltran is having? Look at our Georgia lottery hitting the jackpot numbers.
And the New York Mets look at this every day and go, what? What's the deal? Because it wasn't too often that they got good stretches from Carlos during that 4-year contract he signed with them, but he is off to a great start this year in the first 2 months. Both sides of the plate, too.
Good try, but outside. 1 ball, 2 strikes. How about that stop?
That one hurt. It bounced so far out in front of home plate. Brian doesn't know where that one's going to go, and it looked like it got him in the neck. Come up under his mask.
Looked like it.
Maybe off his arm first and then got up under there. He was grabbing there just inside his chest protector. May have gotten him on the neck or the collarbone.
Slow roller toward first. Pinsky's got it. And Delgado's out of the top of the first inning. At Holiday doubles, he's left stranded. Braves bats go to work against Jake Westbrook. Give him an early lead. Here's how Freddie Gonzalez lines up the Braves. Randall, you're hitting 8th tonight. Keep that in mind. Not 9th. Jose Constanza up from the minor leagues. This was a lineup configuration that Freddie used a lot in August and September of last season. And let's see if Michael Bourne can be the spark plug. He's been talking about not doing that in the 8-game losing streak for Atlanta.
Here are the numbers for Jake Westbrook. 4 road starts, pretty good ERA, wouldn't you say, at 167. 2-2 record, just a 202 batting average against him. 34 years old now, 6'3", 210. Out of Athens, Georgia.
Minor foul over the Cardinals dugout. Is everybody all right?
4 keys to success for Jake Westbrook. Sinkhole. His sinker's not working lately, and he's been getting racked around. Local knowledge, local guy, born and raised in Athens. Would have gone to UGA, but was drafted in the first round by the Colorado Rockies back in '96 and signed with them. He's been with several clubs since then, most of it big league time with Cleveland and St. Louis. And he's had to suffer through a rash of different arm injuries too, but has overcome them all, including Tommy John surgery.
That one bounced into the Braves dugout. Foul. 2 balls, 2 strikes for Michael Bourn, who's been very honest about his struggles at the plate. Michael 7 for his last 46. And he unloads deep right. He didn't struggle on that pitch, did he? Wow!
That early run you were talking about, at least 1 chip for Randall Delgado. And Michael Bourne's on a home run tear. He hasn't been getting a lot of hits except for homers, and another fastball that was above the belt, a little bit in. Not a whole lot unlike the fastballs he hit out in Cincinnati, and only the 4th allowed by Westbrook this year.
Martin Prado bounces one back to the hill and is retired. That's out number 1. 4th career leadoff homer for Michael Bourne.
And really a no-doubter. Look at Beltran. He just stopped virtually in his tracks and watched it sail out. So did David Ross.
With 5 home runs, Bourne has tied his major league high. We're barely a third of the way through the season.
All been this month too, haven't they? I don't think he had any in April.
You're right. His first home run of the year came against the Cardinals on May 12th. Brian McCann down 2 strikes, and he looks outside.
Westbrook is a sinker, slider, changeup guy. He'll work in a few cutters off his fastball. And his fastball typically in the low 90s. But he's got to get ground balls, and he's been good at it. This year, 2nd in the league in ground ball to fly ball ratio at 2.64.
And he fooled McCann with that pitch. And Westbrook wins the first Battle of Athens. Brian also born in Athens, Georgia. 1 out. Bring that 2 outs. First strikeout, I beg your pardon, for Westbrook. 2 away. Here's the Cardinal defense. Beltran admired a home run early tonight. Matt Adams had a big game yesterday. He's at first base. And Yadier Molina's behind the plate. Been a much more patient Dan Uggla in the last 10-12 ball games. Not hitting for a high average, but drawing walks.
He was feeling good in BP. He put a lot of souvenirs in the seats today in batting practice, and I don't mean in the front row either. I was talking to him about his bat, and I was surprised at how small the barrel is. I wouldn't at all call it one of the bigger barrel bats on the team. It's more of a medium size, and 33.5 inches, 30.5 ounces. I said, that's like an aluminum bat in college. He says, that's because everybody thinks I'm strong and I'm not, and I need a light bat.
Yeah.
But I mean to tell you, that is a great feeling bat, thin handle and very light.
Up! Popped up. Headed for the seats. And foul. We'll do it again, 3-2. Dan let you swing it a time or two?
No, I just was holding it, you know, checking it out like anybody does when they're trying to see how a bat feels. And I said, well, I'll tell you what, I'll tell everybody it's really 33 ounces, 33. And he goes, oh, thanks, I'd appreciate it. So sorry I let the cat out of the bag, Dan.
There's another ugly walk. Dan's board with 2 outs. Here's Eric Hinske.
It's his 15th walk in the last 13 games.
The Cardinals shift with Hinske up there. And he launches one to center. Schumacher is over to his right, and he makes the catch. Good start for the Braves offense. Michael Bourne hits a leadoff home run. His 5th home run of the season. And just like that, Randall Delgado and the Braves lead game 2, 1-0.
The Cardinals tonight, Freddie Freeman is missing his 4th straight game with vision problems. His goggles are due to arrive tomorrow, but we talked to him today. There's still one thing he can do that doesn't require perfect vision.
I still get the hug, so you know when they hit homers and come in, you know I can see them still, so you know I'll be able to get some hugs in hopefully tonight.
And he did just that after Michael Bourne's first inning leadoff home run for the Braves. He expects to be back in the lineup tomorrow, I should say, with new goggles on. Chip.
All right, Tom, thank you very much. First pitch swing and a hit for Yadier Molina. And that's how the 2nd inning starts for St. Louis.
I think Yadier Molina and Carlos Ruiz, the Phillies, talk on the phone each day and say, I'll bet I can hit more first pitches today than you can.
Here's Matt Adams.
Ooh.
That's a large human being. Cardinals love him. They think he can really swing the bat. Minor league player of the year last year, hit .340 at AAA before getting called up when Lance Berkman got hurt. And Adams had a big day yesterday. A couple of singles, a double, and he drove in 3.
Texas League's a good hitting league, but you always used to see real inflated numbers from the guys that played in El Paso and a couple of the southern Texas teams. He played in Springfield, Missouri, and that's different. Not as good a hitting park, not as good a hitting climate, a little more humid. So those numbers he put up were very impressive. I was just thinking about what you were mentioning, Schumacher's good average before he made an out. How great it's been for the Cardinals in the absence of John Jay for Schumacher to step in and do what he's been doing and really not miss a beat in terms of batting average. And Berkman goes down. This guy gets called up, and he's all world for his first 9 games in the big leagues. That's a nice thing for the organization, a credit to an organization when they can plug some guys in and you're able to cover up the absence of your starters.
That's off the plate. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Breaking ball, fly ball to right. Hayward's got it. Adams flies out for out number 1. Tyler Green's playing second base again tonight. He tripled yesterday. Just foul past third, strike 1.
Tyler was not swinging the bat very well when the Braves were in St. Louis. And Atlanta swept the 3-game series. He was one of the guys that was a little bit cold at the plate, but he, as soon as the Braves left town, he started warming up. 1 for 5 yesterday, but he hit the ball hard 3 times. Oh, Phil
Cuzzy almost raised the right arm.
Started to do that side turn matador thing. Close enough, he could have called it. He was about to step back and throw that right arm up, but maybe he was just off balance. Pitch. Even if he didn't go, that was just such a good spot to go to. Hard fastball, running, or excuse me, sinking a little bit. Just a little off the plate, I guess, but what a good spot to try.
Bouncing ball up the middle. There's one, and not in time at first. Braves force Molina at second. Green keeps the inning alive for Daniel Descalso.
Good feed, I think, on the. I was curious to see how close to the bag Tyler was, if he could have gone to the bag himself and had a little more momentum on the throw. But I think the ball was hit too slowly, too big a hop for them to get a double play in any event.
So Descalso bats with Green at first and 2 outs. 1-0 Braves on a Michael Bourne leadoff homer. Descalso had a big day yesterday. Part of a 4-run Cardinal third.
Put a charge in that one. His second homer of the season. Tyler Green will try to steal a base from you. He's got 6.
Fly ball toward the left field line. Stanza is there and has it in fair territory. Delgado's through the second inning with a 1-0 lead. Fan of the game tonight at Turner Field in Atlanta.
Wow, what's that? What she got there? Kind of cool grape juice looking thing.
Dad's got a double quarter pounder working.
He's got about half of it in his mouth too, I think. Cute girl. Your whole family's here at the game tonight. I know they're enjoying the game, and I know you're happy to see them.
They're doing great. As Jason Hayward goes to work, I think they're up terrorizing the 755 club right now.
Are they?
Hayward was stepping out of the batter's box while that pitch was made. Was time called, or was that a pitch?
No time called. 2-0. Did not set too well with Jake Westbrook there. The way he was kind of slow walking it back to the mound.
2 balls and a strike. There's a ground ball the other way for Hayward that will reach the outfield grass. Good to see him hitting the ball the opposite way, and he has a leadoff single.
Early run, got early hit from Jason. It's like it's time to put that to rest. One of the things he was doing in batting practice was trying to get that front foot down quickly so that he could use his hands a little better. And in batting practice, he had an even shorter stride than he did in that swing right there. But the point was to try to get it down quickly, catch up to the fastballs a little better, and use the whole field in a nice swing there.
Here's Pasternaky and a comebacker. Westbrook to second for one. And that's double play. And this man gets a lot of ground ball outs. And he handles his second chance from the mound in tonight's game. And with 2 outs, that brings up the Braves pitcher.
Especially on a quick one hopper like that. And Rafael Furcal very happy about that so that he could get out of the way of Jason Hayward.
That's the 8th double play ball Westbrook has induced from the Cardinal mound this year. And he misses inside to Delgado. The strategy hitting the pitcher 8th instead of 9th with Costanza is?
Well, there's a couple of things. Tony La Russa's theory was that with Albert Pujols batting 3rd in his lineup, he always got him into the first inning, got to hit in the first inning every night. After that, instead of having the pitcher bat 4 in front of Albert Pujols, he had a hitter there so that Albert in essence became more like a cleanup hitter after the first inning. But to do that, one of the things you need is a leadoff type hitter. And as Freddie was discussing this last night, he said, hey, or just yesterday, he said, we don't have that guy right now. Well, today he does.
And Jose Costanza, who will lead off Atlanta's bottom of the 3rd inning. On FoxSportsSouth.com. This powerful tool brings you pitch counts, player-pitcher matchups, and the most talked-about moments of the game. Check out Game Connect right now on FoxSportsSouth.com. Good-looking crowd wants to see the Braves' 8-game losing streak end tonight. Braves start play tonight 4 games behind the Nationals at 26 wins and 24 losses. The Phillies also 26 and 24 in the East.
If there's a silver lining to this, it's that the Braves had been playing such good baseball prior to the losing streak that right now there's only 4 games separating all 5 teams. So it's not like you've really buried yourself somewhere. And as we've been saying for some time, Chip, I think you're going to have to play 500 ball within the division, and that would be pretty good if within the division you can keep your head above water.
And And that's an area where the Braves do have to improve. Atlanta 4-10 so far against the East, and our next two opponents after the Cardinals series will be Washington and the Marlins on the road. Westbrook, a ground ball to short, and the Cardinal pitcher is out number one. Hope you'll join us for the Braves Alumni Weekend, June 8th through the 10th, when the Blue Jays are in town. Arrive early to enjoy all the events, starting with John Smoltz's 29 jersey retirement ceremony on Friday. Saturday, we'll have the commemorative Sid's Slide bobblehead. That's free to the first 20,000 fans. Great tickets are available for this interleague matchup. You can get them by phone at 800-745-3000 or online at braves.com/tickets.
Yunel Escobar will be back with the Blue Jays. So will Kelly Johnson. So will Georgia native Colby Rasmus.
And slugger extraordinaire Jose Bautista.
And this year it's Encarnacion. He's the guy that's tearing it up.
A little low, 2 for Call, who flied out to start the game for the Cardinals.
Good spot for that changeup. He just couldn't get for Call to offer.
On a 3-1 count, for Call grounds to second. Two outs for Schumacher. He's the man that gave Delgado the evil eye after he struck him out with a high curveball.
We'll keep an eye out for that.
One hopper to second. A perfect inning for Delgado, and he'll turn things over to Costanza, born in Prado in the Atlanta third, with the Braves up an early run. Asked Freddie why he made that lineup decision.
It's a situation where, you kind of tell yourself, so when you go through some experiences in the past and stuff is not going well for you, think outside the box, try something new, see if it works. Because the other way is not working. Maybe I think Costanza, when he came up last year, he kind of injected a little bit of energy in the ball club, and we went on a little roll. So hopefully that'll do it this time.
Ground ball hit to third, and Costanza is the first out. And Freddie's right. The first 17 games that Costanza played for the Braves, Joe, he hit .403, had 25 hits, and had a .439 on base percentage.
And he was hitting the ball all over the ballpark. It seemed like he was just like a bug on water. He was so fast skirting around the bases, nobody could catch him. People with the baseball were trying to tag him. They couldn't catch him.
But he rolls out to third, now sets it up for Michael Bourne, who homered to right to start the game for the Braves.
How about that? Just one single out of his last 41 at bats. He had 4 homers. During this rough stretch, the Braves have been hitting some home runs. In their last 10 games, they're 1-9, and that was the 10th home run they've hit in their last 10 games in 1 inning.
Look at Westbrook work carefully on 4 pitches. Bourne walks. And now Martin Prado is the Braves hitter.
Westbrook didn't get out of the 4th inning in his last start against the Phillies. His sinker wasn't sinking. It was up. He gave up 8 hits and 3 walks in 3 2/3 innings. 6 runs.
Bourne back standing at first. Michael's 14 of 19 this year in stolen bases.
And a tough hombre behind the plate to run on.
How's Martin fared against Jake Westbrook? There are the numbers for 4 Braves in the lineup tonight. That's our SunTrust solid performance.
Good numbers all. That includes Martin's comebacker tonight, 4 for 6.
A little low, 1 ball, 1 strike.
Molina's thrown out 8 of 22 base stealers this year, 36%. He's always near the league lead in that category.
It tells you a lot too, not just the percentage, but that only 22 men have tried to steal against him in 50 games now.
Yeah.
You see some of the Gold Glove hardware on his chest protector. Also won the Platinum Glove last year for defensive excellence, and I didn't even know they had one of those awards.
Me neither. Way to go, Yadier. I don't know if that's like the ultimate of among all the Gold Glove winners, if he gets the platinum, because he was considered the best of all. I know this, that he's long been considered one of the guys that can really shut down any team's running game.
Bourne's running, and the ball is bounced to the right side. Nice pickup, Green. Throw back to second, and all hands are safe.
Two smart plays here. First of all, Martin didn't hit this ball very hard on the hit and run effort, but Green, knowing he didn't have any play at first, thought they might pick off Michael Bourne. Here's the second smart play by Michael to throw on the brakes. Got some help from Brian Snitker and just got back. That's an easy play to get picked off on when you're thinking about going first to third on what appeared to be a perfect hit and run.
Yeah, that was a great baseball play from both clubs. Atlanta has 2 on with 1 out, and here's Brian B-Mac. Struck out his first time and takes one at the knees. He didn't like it.
And Eric Kinski were both hitting a lot of balls, and that did look low, and it was. He and Eric Kinski were both hitting a lot of balls to left center, left field today in batting practice, knowing that they were going to be facing this shift. But of course, with Westbrook, you got to get him to cooperate by getting him to get that sinker up, and that's why McCann didn't swing at the one that was called a strike.
Paints the outside corner, 1-2. Just missed. 3-2.
Never had the plate. Good pitcher's pitch, but Brian didn't offer. He still wants the ground ball, though, so it'll probably be another sinker. Got that one up. Michael Bourne flinched a little bit there, like he was about to take off on the 3-2 count, and it caused Martin to flinch too. When he did that, Prado had a little bit of a crossover step. He wanted to make sure he didn't get left behind. Hard for Michael to get a big lead with this shift on because Furcall's right behind him.
Bourne's running, and McCann puts the ball in play to the first base side, and he'll be tagged out by Adams, and that's the second out. Runners second and third for Ugla.
I'm not sure what happened there to Brian, if he got distracted a little bit by the base runners or not, or if he was just trying to stop his swing like on a check swing and the ball found the bat. And it looked like ball 4. But again, in situations like this, as a hitter, you almost treat it like a hit and run to make sure you try and put the ball in play if you get a decent pitch. That one wasn't as decent as Mac would have liked it.
Big swing and a miss from Dan Ugla. Braves are 6 for the last 46 with runners in scoring position. This chance a little tougher with 2 outs. High fly, belted left center, at the track, at the wall, she's a goner.
of 3 runs or more for Atlanta in almost 2 weeks, dating back to that last home game against the Miami Marlins. That was 11 games ago. Through May 17th, they had 10 such innings, which was 4th best in the National League, but until moments ago, 11 games worth, none. Maybe that'll take the lid off.
Say, a man that swings a light bat made a big impact in this game.
I'm telling you, he was hitting the ball so far in batting practice. He just looked like he felt good. The bat was getting out front.
So Randall Delgado and the Braves now enjoy a 4-0 lead in the 3rd.
That's better. Yes, it is. That smile's a lot better.
And Westbrook retires Hinsky swinging, and that ends the Atlanta 3rd. Dan Uggla, center cut, and he didn't miss it. His 8th homer, 30 RBIs, and the Braves lead by 4. It's at a 4-0 score as we head to Cardinal half of inning number 4 tonight.
Ian Michael Bourne, home run shots. And again, a 3-run inning. Boy, a crooked number. That's fun to see. And maybe that'll get the offense going.
Hello, guys.
That sounds like David Ross down there.
Hello.
Hi, David.
How you guys doing?
We're doing fine.
Good to listen to you guys earlier. I was listening last inning. You guys are pretty entertaining.
Well, thank you very much, David.
I just say that before I come on so you guys can pump me up a little bit.
All right. How you feeling? How's that thing?
It's coming. It's coming.
Along?
Yeah, I jogged a little bit today and took BP, so I feel better.
Good deal.
Yeah.
Also noticed a nice new dance move with Martine before the game.
Yeah, he was the little he says the growing injury dance. Martine figured that out. I can't move my right leg when I do it, so that's what he told me. That's our new thing.
He has something concocted for every guy. It's always different. I don't know how he remembers them all.
I want somebody to get him on camera, and I want him to explain everyone with every player because I think it's hilarious. He's got something for everybody. It cracks me up. He's so funny. One of my best teammates I've ever had. I love that guy.
We're going to show everybody the dance here.
Uh-oh.
There's the hand slap part. Okay. And then,
Ow.
There's a girl. Ow.
Ow.
I can't move it.
He is a beauty, isn't he?
He's the best. I love that guy. How about
So,
that homer by Uggs? That was nice, huh?
First 3-run inning for you guys since the last homestand against Miami. So that was been a long time coming. I know, a welcome sight.
That was nice. Yeah. It's good. Mikey with that first one in the first inning was like a big sigh of relief for all of us, and then seeing that off Uggs with 2 guys on and some pressure on them and a big 2-out knock. I don't feel like we've had a 2-out knock in forever either. Those are the ones that kind of make you feel really good. Big knock with 2 outs. So that was nice.
David, you've been around the game long enough. Teams have 5, 6, 7 game winning streaks. They go through stretches like the one the Braves are trying to end tonight. What's the mood in the clubhouse when things are going like they are, with guys going down with injuries, and not just hamstring pulls or things that require disabled list stops, but at times you don't know when guys are coming back? Yeah,
there's a lot of questions. The Freddie Freemans and Chipper and BMAC being sick and just trying to grind it out every day, and when teams lose their 3, 4, 5-hole hitters, that's there's not one team that's going to be very good if all those guys go down at the same time. So we're grinding it out. We pitched well in Cincy, and didn't come up with the big hits, and then just some things started rolling bad, and you know how it goes when that train starts rolling downhill. It's not very good. So we hope to get back on the winning side today, and just keep grinding. It's a long season, and we were just talking today in the clubhouse. 2 years ago, when we made the playoffs, we lost 9 in a row, and everything was going bad. So hopefully we won't get to 9. Hopefully we'll keep it at 8 and win tonight, and get this thing turned around. Get these guys healthy.
Holiday walks.
Close pitch, huh?
Been a few of those in the game.
Yep.
And Randall puts Holiday aboard, his first walk of the ball game, and Carlos Beltran's coming up.
That's something, David, that Chipper talked about earlier in the season. Some of the younger guys, you have a good inning, you take a lead, and the last thing you want is a leadoff walk, but you got to live with some inconsistencies, don't you, with some of these young guys?
We and Huddy were just talking about that, pitching in. Some of the we're talking about younger pitchers and pitching in for effect sometimes and stuff like that. And you're right. The one thing you want to do after you score a big inning is come right at them. If they get a hit and get a guy on, I can live with that. But let's not put them on for free. We just put up 3 more runs, had a 4-run lead in the 4th. Let's go out and make that guy. I know, Matt Holliday's a big, strong guy and a dangerous hitter, but we got to be aggressive, and I'm sure he was. It's just like you said, just one of those things you got to deal with.
Line drive toward left. That'll drop in front of Costanza. Beltran has a hit, and here come the Cardinals with 2 on and nobody out. How about Carlos Beltran, David? This guy's having an amazing year for St. Louis.
Amazing. The guy is. I mean, when he's healthy, you can say that about a lot of guys, but when he is healthy, he's one of the best in the game, and I don't like. He's fun to watch. I don't like playing against him when he's locked in like that. When we went to their place, he was as hot as I've ever seen somebody, and just on fire, hitting home runs, hitting doubles, taking his walks, just really locked in. And you put him in the middle of that lineup, and Yachty here hitting now is having a phenomenal year, and one of his biggest years to date, I think, and just really making their lineup really deep.
Yachty, of course, is Yadier Molina, the Cardinal catcher, who singled his first time up.
We know, because we get these numbers all the time, David, but like Molina, 5th in the league in first pitch swings. You're aware of that, aren't you? I mean, in terms, especially with runners on base.
Yeah. We know the aggressive, and like our scouting reports, you try not to say first pitch fastballs or stuff like that. You want to talk in terms of aggressive hitter with runners in scoring position, or dead red, so you can maybe go first pitch soft, stuff like that, little things like that too. But you don't want to, if you pound those meetings with negative thoughts, it's not good. You try to be positive, like, hey, this guy's aggressive, aggressive early, or really aggressive, overly aggressive, and guys in scoring position, stuff like that. But I like what we did earlier. Like we're saying, we had that 1-run lead, pound the strikes on. If the guy gets to hit,
Right. Up the middle, past Pasternak and into left center field. Holiday will score. Beltran stops at second, and the Cardinals are on the board. It's now a 4-1 game.
One of the things we've talked about too, David, and as Molina comes through here with another base hit and an RBI, is that Randall seems to have one bad inning, and this started in spring training. And it's not necessarily the same inning. It's not the first, not the fourth, but one inning always seems to cost him. And I'm curious to know what your impressions have been about his mental makeup, because he's a very quiet kid. He doesn't talk to us much. Tell us about that.
Well, you know, I look at it, and you guys can think back. Beachy last year. Well, I mean, is that Beachy to a T or what?
Yeah.
You know,
good point.
And look at him. Look at him this year. You look at Beachy this year, and he's one of our best pitchers, if not our best pitcher. So he just kind of figured it out. Like, you know, Beachy was learning how to pitch. He's learning this league, this level. Same with Randall. You know, guys are going to make adjustments, and you got to remake those adjustments. And I think he gets a little out of whack. So I think he rushes sometimes. Every once in a while, for me, he tries to be a little too quick when he gets in the stretch. And doesn't, you know, and doesn't focus on what he's trying to do. But I think it's just that, like we were talking earlier, the experience, the youngness that guys have. And, you know, Randall's going through that. He's got the stuff. Same with Beachy last year. Had the stuff. They just have that bad inning, and they got to figure out a way to get through it.
Matt Adams is the batter. Adams flied to right his first time up. And David, we always enjoy having you spend a few minutes with us on the broadcast. It's always entertaining and insightful.
Yeah, good stuff.
I love talking to you guys.
We wouldn't mind hearing a Lou Brown impersonation too, the Major Leagues manager for the Indians. Heard you're really good at that.
Well, that's a hell of an idea. I don't know if I can say that. I don't know if I can say that on TV. But
well, you can say it once.
I'm too old to go diving in the lockers. Maybe we can get a double play here. Oh.
Or a roll at a first.
That'd be good.
How about let's all gather around just one time.
Let's all gather around. Come on, Dorn.
David, thanks a million.
Hey, thanks, guys. Thanks for having me on.
All right. David Ross. Runners second, third, one out. As Adams bounces out to Eric Hinsky. Here's Green. I think David made a good point with regard to Delgado. I think we all forget this kid's still learning his craft and trying to learn it with a ball club that has playoff aspirations and doing it on a very bright stage.
And we've been saying since the beginning of the season that he's really like a step behind Minor and Beachy in terms of numbers of outings and how many big league hitters he's faced so far. This is a big at bat for him in that damage control, Ford keys to success. He's given up one, but if he can do some damage control here and limit it to one, I think he'll learn a lot from that.
Low and inside, 1 ball, 1 strike. First-year Cardinal manager Mike Matheny has his club a half game out. There's a good pitch, 2-2.
Good changeup. Dying right to the back point of the plate. A real beauty. He's got such a good motion on that too. No difference from that in his fastball.
Slow roller to short. That'll get a run home. Beltran scores to make it a 4-2 game, and it costs St. Louis its second out of the inning. RBI for Green. Here's Descalso. They will put him on and face Westbrook. First and second, 2 outs, 2 in, and here's the Cardinal pitcher. Westbrook came in a 176 hitter this season with no RBIs.
On our Academy Sports and Outdoor Leaderboard, here's one that really caught me by surprise, and that's that the Braves starters lead the National League in walks. And this inning, this rally started with a walk. I had no idea that they were at the top of that dubious list.
Let's see if the strategy pays off. Randall way ahead of Westbrook, 0-2. Slow roller. Delgado has it. And that will retire the side. He gives up 2 runs, but nothing else. 4-2 your score. To 4th inning lead at home tonight against the Cardinals, and we hope you'll join us as B.O.B. performs a free post-game show Saturday, June 16th. That's presented by Coca-Cola and Delta. The Orioles will be in town. Stay after the game for a free concert. B.O.B. performs hits from his newly released album. Visit Braves.com/concerts for tickets today. Let's see if the Braves can get a couple of those runs back. Jason Hayward starts things off, followed by Pasternicki and the pitcher Randall Delgado. High fly toward left. Matt Holliday gives chase. He won't get there. And the ball bounces foul for a 2-2 count.
Here's another one of those, with respect to the Ford Keys pitching success, the sinkhole He's got to get that sinker back. Watch this pitch. Flat down the middle. He's very lucky he got away with it, and lucky it went foul.
Popped up toward the Cardinal dugout. And a play foul for Daniel Descalso. Jason is the first out. One away for Tyler Pasternaky, and it's trivia time. Who was the last Cardinal to steal 30 or more bases in a single season?
Frankie Frisch.
It's a very good guess.
Think there's been somebody since then?
Pretty good chance.
Okay.
Might have been some guys that stole 30 bases in a month.
Probably right.
Back in the 80s.
Like Vince Coleman.
I love the fact that the stolen base is coming back into vogue in baseball again. Tyler couldn't stop his swing. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Yes, he did.
One ball, 2 strikes.
Photo in the direction of Mike Shannon, the longtime radio broadcaster for the Cardinals.
Two outs. And here's Delgado. We've talked a lot about Costanza coming up. We've talked a lot about Delgado hitting 8th. We haven't talked much about the counter move, and that is that Chris Medlin was sent to AAA, not as a demotion, but a change in roles forthcoming for Chris.
Yeah, I think it's very positive. Anytime you get sent from the big leagues to AAA, you know, it's a little bit of a punch in the gut, but not in this situation where the reasons are real good for him to stretch out his arm, build up some arm strength so that he can come back, provided he goes down there and pitches well, come back and move into the rotation. That's the plan, because lately there have been some spots in the rotation that haven't been very good, quite frankly. And how about 2010? Team went 13-1 in his 14 starts. So as soon as he gets down there and gets in the groove, gets a few starts under his belt, I'm sure we'll see him back up here pretty quick.
And this game moves to the 5th with Randall Delgado and the Braves leading by 2.
Braves coming by way of home runs, and it started in the very first inning with Michael Bourne leading off. Ties his career high with 5 homers, and we're not out of May yet. Then Dan Uggla with 2 outs in the 3rd inning. A 404-foot shot to deep left center. And for Dan, his 8th of the year. He's up to 30 RBIs.
So now Delgado has to face the top of the Cardinal order. It starts with Furcal, who's 0 for 2 in the game. His lead trimmed to 4-2 now.
Laser Baker looked up some numbers on this streak the Braves are in, aptly titled "The Braves Skid Marks," and one of the subjects was the fact that the Braves have not had the lead after 6 innings in any of these games. So it's not like you can even go back and say, oh, the bullpen blew, you know, a 2-run lead in the 8th or the 9th inning. That hasn't happened because they haven't had the lead after the 6th inning in any of those 8 games. Hopefully tonight's different.
Furcal chased a high fastball, now faces a full count pitch. To the right side, Uggla's got it, throws across his body, and a nice play for out number 1.
Nice play by Dan, because when that second hop bounces on the dirt, it's going to have some top spin. So even though you think you're going to be able to get to it, you better make sure you're over there as close as you can to being in front of it, because it's going to take a big hop on you, fast hop, when it hits the dirt.
A little low to Skip Schumacher. Fastball had Schumacher swinging late. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Pasternicki couldn't corral that. And Schumacher's aboard with 1 out.
Should be a base hit here. Tough hop to handle for Tyler. Ball came up on him pretty fast.
And that is the ruling. And here's Holiday. Holiday's doubled, walked, and scored. He scored 23 runs this month. the knees. 1 ball, 1 strike. Randall has done some of his best work this year against teams number 3 and number 4 hitters. He needs some of that good work to continue with a 2-run lead.
Yeah, you think about some of these big innings that he's given up, and yet it's not the 3 and 4 hitters that are doing the damage to him. It's the other guys in the order.
I mean, yes, Holiday and Beltran have scored tonight, but it's really rare that 3-4 guys have gotten hits in the same game, much less done much damage. As he just missed outside, 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Beltran's hit last inning was the first hit by a cleanup hitter all year against him.
You'd take 6 for 43, wouldn't you? As Holiday stays alive, 2-2. Randall's approaching 90 pitches. He's had only 1-1-2-3 inning tonight. Ground ball to second. Pasternicki to the bag. It's double play. Randall does a good job. He gets the number 3 hitter, Matt Holliday, to double up. And the Braves still lead the game 4-2. Braves winning 4-2 as we head to the bottom of our 5th inning. Randall Delgado's made some big pitches tonight. And he leads the game as the Braves bat in the bottom of this 5th inning. Costanza, Bourne, and Prado coming up.
And here you go. Costanza batting 9th, leading off the inning.
And with a clean single to center. We talked about what this guy did in the first 17 games he played. Hit over 400. He really slumped after that stretch, however. Turned his ankle on August 22nd and finished the year for his last 31. Really wasn't the same guy.
No, he wasn't. He hurt his ankle at first base, trying to leg out an infield hit. But he really did inject some energy into the ball club offensively in August when he got called up. He had 8 stolen bases at Gwinnett.
So we all know in Atlanta what kind of blazing speed this man has. The same for the man in the batter's box. All kinds of offensive options for Freddie Gonzalez as he tries to extend a 2-run lead. Another half step. And safely back.
And if Michael Bourne is asked to put a bunt down here to get him over into scoring position, it's not just your ordinary sacrifice bunter either. Put some pressure on the defense to hurry up and get that throw to first base on Bourne too.
Westbrook throws it away. That's at the base of the tarp. Costanza is at second base.
Short hop throw, then a tackle, and Jose's off to the races. And watch Jose, as he got towards second base, he took a quick look over at Brian Snitker for his call as to what am I going to do here? You want me to come on over? And Brian threw up the stop sign. Play was behind Costanza, so he did the right thing by checking with his third base coach.
Bourne skies one to center. Schumacher broke in for a moment, now drifts back. Tagging at second and heading to third is Jose Costanza. Bourne advances the runner 90 feet.
Good out. Infield in. This is tailor-made for Martin. He's just got to make Westbrook get the ball up. Don't chase a bad sinker.
And he didn't. 1 ball, no strikes.
Martin 6 for 9 getting that guy in from third with less than 2 outs. That's good work.
Too high. 3 balls, no strikes. Prado walks. Third walk from Westbrook tonight. He's given up 2 homers as well. And there's Derek Lilliquist, the pitching coach for St. Louis, out to talk it over. All season long, Braves baseball on Sports South is being presented by Academy Sports and Outdoors, the right stuff and the low price.
Braves struggled with this situation last year. In fact, they struggled with a lot of situational hitting type innings where they tried to get a runner over or get them in. They were 30th out of 30 teams in RBIs with a runner at third and less than 2 outs. This year they're first in that category, and they remain first despite this losing streak and have a chance to add to it right here.
You've said it all year. You've said it for a lot of years. Add-on runs are critically important,
especially against the best hitting team in the league in terms of runs scored.
Yep. Brian looking for his first base hit of the series. He's 0 for 6, 0 for 2 as you see tonight.
They're giving him the whole left side of the infield for call, still on the third base side of second, but more or less right behind the bag there, as you see. Again, Brian wants to get something that he can elevate.
That one gets away. Costanza's coming home, and he'll score without a throw. Didn't Molina have a bunch of pass balls up in St. Louis against the Braves?
Remember that one inning he had 2? That was partially location and partially just bad pitch. And it will be ruled a wild pitch. And Prado into scoring position.
And a 2-1 count for Brian now. 5-2, the Braves get an end-on run. And now McCann drives one deep toward right. Beltran on the track, reaches up and makes the grab. Prado tags, heads to third. He'll stop there with 2 outs. Brian hit that ball a ton.
Yes, he did. Just missed it.
At Cincinnati, it's in the river.
Yeah.
That's cold comfort for Brian as he took aim at the 390 sign by the Braves bullpen.
Another one that didn't sink. Westbrook wasn't sure either off the bat what was going to happen. That's a pretty good play by Beltran too. This is at twilight time of night. It's hard to track the baseball, and he stayed with it. Big blow of the game, this 3-run homer with 2 out in the 3rd inning. Again, Dan had a great round of batting practice today. Ball was jumping off his bat. Good pitch. He'd thrown him a breaking ball off the plate away and then came back with this one, threw it right at him. I'm not sure he wanted to, as Molina was set up away, but it worked out just fine.
1-2 now for Dan. Costanza singled, took second on a throwing error, advanced to third on a fly ball by Bourne, scored on a wild pitch. Westbrook with a nice play. And that will retire the side. Braves get a gift run on a wild pitch. Jose Costanza makes an impact in his first game back from the minor leagues. He scores the 5th Atlanta run. It's 5-2 heading to the 6th.
We want our fans to be part of the broadcast as well. You can find us at hashtag FSBraves. And one of our fans wants to know, who is the best golfer among the Braves announce team? Sean G asked that question. Sean, I don't have an answer right now because these guys won't ever play with me. I am told, however, that Gretchen Caney, our numbers guru, has never shot over an 85 in her brief history with golf. So we can work on that. By the way, we have an off day in Miami coming up, guys. I may be available.
That'd be great, Tom. Bring your wallet. It's funny, Gretchen Caney's never bowled higher than an 85 either. Well, that's not exactly.
Wait a second. Gretchen Caney, the co-champion of the prestigious Bolero Open last year. As Carlos Beltran drives the ball to left. Costanza is there. He's got it. Delgado gets the first out.
Actually, if you include Laser Baker in the broadcast crew, which I certainly would, he would be the hands down best golfer.
Yep.
Of course, he's kind of semi-professional.
Molina drives the ball deep left. Costanza back as far as he can go. And Molina has made it a 5-3 game.
First pitch.
He's 3 for 3. Braves Nation, Cardinal Nation duking it out as Molina goes deep in the 6th.
That looked like a slider. He doesn't throw one very often, but it looked like it had a little, almost like a cutter action on it. That was a breaking ball. His curveball just didn't do what he wanted it to. And Molina again with one of those first pitch ambushes.
So Roger McDowell out for a quick chat. That buys some time for the Braves bullpen to get working. Chad Durbin is up. And here's Adams, the Cardinal first baseman, 0 for 2 tonight. Balls, no strikes. How much latitude does Delgado have now in a 5-3 game?
Nice change up.
He's done that a couple of times tonight. Behind in the count.
He's done it, yeah. Both times behind in the count. Once to Green and now once to Adams.
And he lost the big Cardinal first baseman. That is the third walk, and there's the answer. It's a very short leash for Delgado. Braves skipper will go get the young right-hander after 5 innings and 1/3. He will leave with a 5-3 lead. Chad Durbin will answer the bullpen call when we come back. by Academy Sports and Outdoors, by Georgia Power, and by Nissan. The Braves still lead the Cardinals 5-3, but the Redbirds have scored on a Yadier Molina homer. They have Adams at first with one out. Randall Delgado ends his night, leaves with the lead for the moment. Needs some help from the Braves bullpen. And the first call answered on the AT&T bullpen call is Chad Durbin.
23rd game for Chad. 14 strikeouts in 17 2/3 innings. He's got the bottom third of the order here to try to get out of this 6th inning. Remember, the Braves are now one arm short in the bullpen with Medlin going to Gwinnett. If you just joined us, Chris was sent to Gwinnett to get in the rotation there and start stretching out his arm a little bit, increase his arm strength so that he's in a better position to maybe rejoin the Braves as a starter in the coming weeks.
Second baseman Tyler Green's the batter. He's 0 for 2, but does have an RBI ground out tonight. Chad would love a ground ball here. And gets the first pitch over for a strike.
Victor Marte, a right-hander, begins to throw in the Cardinals bullpen with Westbrook's 2 batters away. There's Big Vic. Shot of Mike Matheny there, the young new manager of the Cardinals, one of the younger managers in baseball, but his career was cut short by a series of concussion issues. An all-star catcher, but he might have played a lot longer were it not for those issues.
Yeah, they forced him out of the game in 2006. 4-time Gold Glove winner. Holds the major league catching record for consecutive errorless games. Won 252 games between errors in the big leagues. And you're right, 41 years young.
That's pretty amazing as a catcher to go that long without making an error, throwing as much as you are.
Durbin gets Green. Big second out. And the first batter he faces is retired. That's always important for a relief pitcher.
Good command there and a big out. Nicely done.
You have to think from the Cardinals' perspective too, that's a pretty risky move. I mean, Matheny, I don't believe had managed anywhere before, had he? You're following a legend, Tony La Russa, in that baseball crazy town, coming off a world championship. To this point, it's worked out exceptionally well for St. Louis. Balls, no strikes. The pitcher's next.
Pitcher spot does come up. They've got several choices, including David Freese, who's still on the bench, although could have played today with that wrist he messed up a little bit in a slide the other day. It looks like Adron Chambers with the helmet on.
Runner at first goes, and a tapper up the middle. Pasternicki's got it, avoids the big man at second, and throws into the dirt. And Hinske a scoop, but Descalso beats the wrap.
He had to throw over the top of the runner. Adams, that big buffalo, went into second base, and when he popped up at second, all of a sudden he's right in the way of Tyler Pasternicki. Well, he didn't slide. He was just standing there. He actually even ducked, which was a break. Well, watch Tyler here change his arm action. He was going to come kind of sidearm, and then when he changed to go over the top, threw it low.
So that'll be an infield hit for Descalso. First and second, 2 outs now. And Roger McDowell out for a visit with Durbin to go over the scouting report on Chambers, one presumes. Georgia Power customers can get a free in-home energy audit performed by an energy expert from Georgia Power. Learn how to save money and energy around your home. To schedule an in-home energy audit, go to georgiapower.com. Chambers got a 9th inning at bat yesterday and struck out. Chambers selected in the 38th round. He was the 1,153rd draft pick in 2007. And here he is with the big club. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Big high school quarterback at Pensacola High School.
0 for 3 as a pinch hitter.
Just past 9 o'clock in Atlanta. Braves and Cardinals, a good ball game tonight. Atlanta got 2 early home runs, one by Michael Bourne to start the game. A 3-run shot by Dan Uggla in the 3rd. Braves added their 5th run on a wild pitch in the 5th inning. Randall Delgado has gone 5 1/3. Needs some help from Durbin to get out of some 6th inning trouble. Cardinals got 2 runs in the 4th, 1 here in the 6th on a Yadier Molina home run. The Cardinal catcher 3 for 3 tonight.
Wants to make something happen right here on the 2-2 pitch. Doesn't want to give the runners a head start. Doesn't want for call to make it to the plate if Chambers reaches.
And he struck him out. Chambers fanned on a pitch up and away, and Delgado and the Braves are out of the 6th inning and still have the lead. 5-3 is your score. Eric Hinske starts off the Atlanta 6th when we return. Game summary, the Braves doing their part, leading 5-3 as we head to the bottom of the 6th.
And the big damage tonight for Atlanta, long balls from the leadoff hitter and the number 4 hitter. First inning, leadoff man, home run. Michael Bourne, his 5th of the year, ties his career high. That's 1-0. And Dan Uggla with 2 out off Jake Westbrook, a 3-run shot. That was his 8th of the year. Another run came home on a wild pitch by Westbrook, who's now out of the game. Victor Marte on the pitch.
23rd game for Marte.
.93 to 95 on his fastball. Mostly fastball slider.
Way upstairs to Hinsky, 1 ball, no strikes. You look at the pitching record of Marte. You see in 2000 he pitched with the Dominican League Royals in the Kansas City system. And then for 4 years was on the disqualified list. It's a contract violation for Marte. Then pitched 3 seasons in Japan with Hiroshima in 06, 07, and 08. Finally reached the big leagues in 2009 with the Royals. Spent all of last year with Memphis, where he saved 31 games.
He is 6'2", listed at 255. Between he and the first baseman Matt Adams, they had to use a whole bolt of double knit fabric for those pants.
Hinsky's down on strikes. 1 away in the Atlanta 6th. They'll look at our Jameson Inn upcoming schedule. 1 more in regular season play against the Cardinals, and then we'll try to exact some revenge against Washington.
At Nationals Park, Strasburg and Minor, Gonzalez and Beachy, those are rematches of those 2nd and 3rd games played with the Nationals here at Turner Field, and then Jordan Zimmerman in Game 3 against Tommy Hanson.
Jason Hayward pops one up left side. Over near the stands is Descalso. He has no play.
Nationals, of course, still in first place in the National League East, but only 4 games separate all the teams in the division.
Get used to it, folks. That's not the way I think the East is going to be all year.
It might be.
Maybe 1 3-game winning streak away from first place.
But one team that is tied with the Braves for 4th place suffered another big loss today. That would be the Phillies. Losing Roy Halladay.
A lot of folks have commented on how differently Halladay had pitched this year, how his velocity was down. They got a reason why today. As Hayward swings and misses, 2 balls, 2 strikes. It's a lat strain for Roy Halladay. 6 to 8 weeks he will be sidelined for Philadelphia.
You know, that's what's kept Michael Morse out for the Phillies. Excuse me, with the Nationals. It's a strained lat muscle.
Jason takes a called third. 2 outs. Some other news and notes. The waiting's over for Roy Oswalt. Texas signed him for $5 million. How
about Paul Konerko? Good grief. What a week, but what a 2-month span he's had for the White Sox. And it's finally come to the surface so that people can notice.
Ground ball to the right side by Pasternicki. And that retires the side. White Sox, by the way, are only a half game out of first place in the Central. And Paul Konerko, a big reason why. We head to the 7th.
Five to 3. Time for our Home Depot tools from the dugout. And with the move to Chad Durbin in the top half of the 6th inning. A great job by Chad. He got 2 strikeouts of the 3 hitters he faced and left a couple of guys stranded and limited the damage to only the home run by Molina off of Randall Delgado. So Delgado still the pitcher of record and could pick up a win if the Braves bullpen can hold him.
And a man that could use a clean frame is on to answer the AT&T call to the bullpen. That's left-hander Johnny Venters.
Boy, could he ever just get back on the right track. Pitched last night, gave up a hit and walk, but no runs. But again, the last time he pitched a full inning without any base runners was May 2nd against Philadelphia. There was Jack Wilson, who checks in to play shortstop.
In fact, Johnny's given up at least 1 hit in 7 straight outings out of the Braves bullpen. That's not like him. Let's see if he can right the ship. Needs to. Top of the Cardinal order is up there and starts with Furcal, who turns around and hits from the right side tonight. Driven to right. Jason's got room. Furcal is out on the warning track. 1 away. Schumacher's 1 for 3.
This is a little bit of a switch, Chip, in that we're used to seeing Johnny come in the 8th following O'Flaherty. If the score remains the same or similar, I wonder if we'll see O'Flaherty tonight in the 8th.
One ball, 1 strike. Johnny's got that at the mound. 2 outs.
He'll take those big one hoppers.
Yeah.
He's just tired of those short hoppers off his knee.
Or the ones that don't hop at all and hit him in the knee.
Yes.
June 16th is Braves Family Field Day presented by Publix. Participate in a clinic hosted by Braves players. Have lunch and take a behind-the-scenes tour of Turner Field. Family and individual packages are available, so visit Braves.com/Field Day to register today. Two outs for Matt Holliday. Bottom dropped out of that pitch. That's a good sign. Strike one. Up the middle. Ugla will knock it down and can't make a play. Seems too when Johnny has trouble, it's been with 2 outs an awful lot.
This one right back at his shoelaces. Not a big hop. And too far for Wilson to go. He was playing a little over in the hole.
Beltran bats with 2 outs, representing the tying run.
And Holliday was on base 4 times last night. 2 hits, a walk, hit by a pitch. Tonight 3 times, 2 hits and a walk.
Another ball up the middle. Johnny skips the rope again. Back-to-back 2-out hits. So that's 8 straight appearances where Venters has given up a hit or more.
I tell you what's a little disturbing as we go on here in this stretch for Venters is that he's not missing any bats. You know, guys aren't swinging and missing much at Venters like we were accustomed to seeing. And you got a guy up there right now in Molina who's hot tonight. 3 hits, including a homer, and 2 of the 3 hits have come on the first pitch. This was the 6th inning homer off Delgado, a hanging breaking ball.
You're right about Johnny. I have him for 5 strikeouts over his last 10 appearances. It's not like him.
No.
And that covers a total of only 8 innings.
Here's a graphic kind of sums up the month of May for him. 9+ innings, 9 runs, 7 earned, and a high batting average.
Base hit right field. Molina's 4 for 4. Holliday around third, gets waved. Hayward's throw is up the line and late. 5-4 your score. 3 straight St. Louis hits.
Three RBIs tonight for Molina. Didn't try to do too much. Fastball that had a lot of the plate, but he wasn't thinking about trying to pull the ball and rifled that into right field. His 32nd RBI of the year. That ties him with Holliday for 2nd most on the team. And now a left-handed hitter up there, and a young man who hasn't faced him before. So let's hope that works to Johnny's favor. I beg your pardon. Adams faced him last night, grounded out. But this is the kind of hitter, big swinger, that Johnny used to put in his hip pocket.
Strike one at the knees. Flaherty got up after Beltran's hit. Now Molina followed with a single. Cardinals runners first and second, 2 outs.
A Benner's tight pitch. 92-mile-an-hour sinker.
Beltran's going to try to take third, and he'll make it without a play. So that puts a little pressure on Vetters and McCann. A slider in the dirt. Got to knock it down, or the Cardinals could tie the game, perhaps.
Yeah, and you got to make a clean play defensively on any ground ball, so as not to allow the tying run.
Two-two pitch. Struck him out. A run on 3 hits sends this game to the 7th inning stretch. Atlanta's lead now 1. That is our Honda scoreboard. Jack Wilson, Jose Costanza, and Michael Bourne are ready to go for the Braves offense. And it's Twitter time. Fan asked Peter Moylan, what's the throwing program like this week? And Peter answered, bullpens Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, plays catch on the other days. It's a big week.
And you know, you have to just love what you're doing and believe that what you're doing is getting you where you want to be again, and that's back in the big leagues. Because when you're down there in that extended spring program, it is tough duty to keep motivating yourself every day, and you got to talk to yourself and say, you know, got more work to do. But sounds like Peter's results are really coming along great, so that's motivation enough to get him back out there and keep working. Happy to hear that.
Jack Wilson, first pitch swinging, rolls one toward the Cardinal dugout and is down a strike. Jack came on as a defensive substitution at the start of the 7th inning. High fly ball to left. Holiday going back. And at the edge of the warning track makes the catch for out number 1. Here's Jose Costanza. He's 1 for 2, and he scored one of the 5 Braves runs.
Turns out to be a pretty big run right now.
Yep.
Base hit. Went to second on a throwing error by the pitcher on a pickoff attempt. Moved to third on a fly ball and scored on a wild pitch. That's pretty much doing it mostly by yourself.
Costanza would like to get on. Michael Bourne's done some damage tonight. He's our Delta Airlines on deck batter.
Hopefully more of that to come.
Not this time. 2 out.
You know, Marte, mostly fastball slider, but he's made a couple of really good pitches for strikeouts on changeups. Struck out 2 left-handed hitters last inning. One of them, Hinsky, on a changeup, and got Costanza on it.
Bourne ground ball right side. Nice pickup, Green, and this game goes to the 8th inning. Braves lead 5-4. Bottom part of the order coming up for the Cardinals. By Jameson in, by the Georgia Lottery, and by McDonald's. 5-4 Atlanta after 7. Glad you're with us tonight from Turner Field. Joe Simpson, Chip Carey, Tom Hart along as well. Good ball game. Getting a little close for comfort, however. The Braves jumped in front 4-0. Now lead 5-4 as Eric O'Flaherty gets ready for the AT&T call to the bullpen and the St. Louis 8th.
Sure enough, he and Venters do flip-flop normal spots. O'Flaherty last worked 4 days ago against Washington, a third of an inning. Zeros across. His last full inning was the 19th at Tampa.
Green, Descalso, and then the pitcher spot. Tyler a little early, 0-2.
Big guy for second baseman, middle infielder, 6'2", 190.
Did he go? Yes, he did. The call at the plate by Phil Cuzzy. And Green is retired on strikes.
Quick call, too. And a good one.
As Calso's reached twice, once with an infield hit, once an intentional walk. That's bounced foul. 2 balls and a strike.
Gene Robinson pinch hit here last night.
High hopper right side. Uglo with the shovel. 2 outs. And Mike Matheny apparently will say, "Come back, Shane." He'll employ another pinch hitter. Win an autographed game-used jersey from your favorite Braves player. Jerseys will be from the June 15th game against the Orioles and can be bid on through the Braves Foundation online auction May 14th through June 2nd. Place a bid, please visit Braves.com/jersey auction. Steve Hill is the pinch hitter. Hill came up from AAA Memphis on Wednesday when Matt Carpenter got hurt. Made his debut August 15th, 2010. Made the call from AA that season. Hill, a 13th round draft pick out of Stephen Austin.
I remember Carpenter hit a home run against the Braves in the first game in St. Louis. So another guy to their DL.
O'Flaherty with a terrific inning. Couple of strikeouts in the top of the 8th inning. 5-4. Atlanta looks for some 8th inning insurance.
See that 3 spot in the 3rd inning for the Braves. His home run drove in 3. Yadier Molina also has 3 RBIs, but Dan came on 1 swing of the bat with 2 outs. And then in the 4th inning, Molina drove in with 1 swing. He drove in another run with 1 swing as he hit a home run. And then in the 7th, he goes the other way and drives in another run with 1 swing. 3 RBIs each for Agla and Molina. They've done it in different fashions, but they both had big nights. And the Braves have the upper hand here in the bottom of the 8th, leading 5-4.
St. Louis goes to its bullpen and brings on Eduardo Sanchez, a man that was pitching well for the Cardinals last year until he hurt his shoulder. And a right shoulder strain from June 16th to September 26th of last season. Was on the 60-day disabled list. And he's rounding back into form. This is his 6th game since coming back up from AAA.
He was impressive last night in his 1 inning of work. Struck out a batter. Throws anywhere from 94 to 97. Also has a good curveball.
Cardinals last year at times had a bullpen by committee, and Sanchez was part of that. He had 6 saves last season for St. Louis. Made 26 appearances, 1.80 ERA, more than a strikeout per inning. So you're right, Joe, another power arm rounding back into form for the Cardinals late inning core. Here's Prado in the 8th. First pitch in at 94.
Maracay pitching to Maracay, Venezuela.
Earlier we had the All Athens matchup, Westbrook and McCann. Now it's Prado and Sanchez. Line and caught at third. Descalso with a leaping grab.
Boy, hit this ball on the button. Good reactions by the Redbird third baseman. It robs Martin of a base hit, maybe a double.
Swing and a miss for Brian McCann, looking for his first hit of the game. That one swung on and missed, and Molina will throw out Bryant at first. 2 outs. Haven't forgotten about our trivia question. It's time to answer it. Back to the AT&T Uverse trivia question. Name the last Cardinal with a 30 stolen base season or better.
Okay, I'll go. I'll go Willie McGee.
I'm going to throw a wild card out there and say Larry Walker.
Wow. I'm impressed.
Edgar Renteria had a great major league career, didn't he?
Yeah, he's on a lot of good ball clubs too.
One ball, no strikes for Dan Ugla. Just a little outside.
Just a bit.
Yes. Greg Kimbrell getting ready for the 9th. He will have the top of the order for St. Louis. Cardinals about hit the Braves 10-5. Braves about homered the Cardinals 2-1. wasn't sure about that.
It was 3-0 count, but it might have been a makeup for the pitch before. Molina kind of double pumped on a throwback on what was called ball 3, and he may have won the argument by getting that call.
Dan paused a moment. That one was off the plate. 2-out walk. Eric needs a hit. Let's see if he can provide one with 2 outs. Slide to center and struck out swinging twice. Tyler Green playing the rover position in shallow right field. He's the Cardinals' second baseman.
And Rob Hintz gave a hit last night on a rope right over the top of the first baseman's head.
This one right to Adams at first, and that will retire the side. We go to the 9th inning. Craig Kimbrell will stride in from the Atlanta bullpen and try to preserve a 5-4 lead. St. Louis Cardinals. And here's a look at our Chevron upcoming starting pitchers for what we hope will be the rubber game of this series tomorrow.
Yeah, let's hope so. Kyle Oates got off to a great start this year, but like Westbrook, his last couple of starts have been a little rough. Tim Hudson suffered a loss his last time out, and he'd like to get back on the right track in the win column tomorrow. Let's hope it is for the rubber game of this 3-game series.
So it's Craig Kimbrell, 13 out of 14 in saves, and the top of the St. Louis order greets him.
26 strikeouts in 17 innings. His last save came May 20th at Tampa Bay. He's only had 1 outing since then. That was just to get some work in 3 days ago against the Nationals. And no room for error with only a 1-run lead.
Craig celebrated his birthday yesterday. And that one drops in at 96. 2 balls and a strike. Battles back to an even count.
McCall would like to have that pitch back, and he had a good swing at it, but he was a little tardy. You would expect him to be a little off just from lack of work.
Broken bat, bouncer to second. Ugla takes care of for call. Big out and a big comeback for Kimbrel, who was behind in the count early. Coming up on Braves Live, presented by AT&T. We'll hear from Freddie Gonzalez. We'll hear from the Braves locker room. We'll have highlights from what we hope will be a Braves victory to snap an 8-game losing slide. This is Skip Schumacher. He's 1 for 4 tonight.
One for 3 in his career against Kimbrel. Holiday on deck, 1 for 2.
That's out of play to the left. 1 ball, 1 strike. Nationals are losing tonight. That game 3-1 Marlins late down in Miami. Mets are beating the Phillies late at Citi Field. Now Schumacher down to his last strike. Foul at the plate.
Boy, he must have gotten that one right off the end of the bat. Breaking ball that was cued right off the end of the bat and into the ankle of Brian McCann.
Did he hit that ball on a bounce?
Yeah.
Wow. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Not getting that one. 99 and right on by Schumacher. 2 outs.
That one wasn't quite the stink eye look. That was just kind of a glance.
Here's the key man in the game, Matt Holliday. He's been on base 3 more times tonight. You get him, you worry about Beltran tomorrow. If you don't, you got to face him in a 1-run game in the 9th.
Prefers the ball out over the plate where he can extend his arms. Great power to right center. Michael Bourne, all the outfield is buried deep. Bourne playing him a little toward right center.
crowd of 26,218 tonight. They're on their feet. Wow. 3 balls and a strike.
That was way wide of the mark, too. Supposed to be down and away and came up and in. After that pitch, you'd really like to throw a slider, but 3-1, you can't really have that. You don't have that luxury. So here comes another fastball.
Holiday thought it was ball 4. He tossed the bat away.
I did too.
Mike Matheny, you can see him barking that that pitch was up. Was it?
No, not according to Fox Tracks.
Ball game over. The losing streak is over too. The Braves win a thriller 5-4 over the St. Louis Cardinals. Michael Bourne and Dan Uggla did the damage at the plate, and the Braves beat St. Louis, even the series 5-4. A blistering fastball takes care of Matt Holliday and the Cardinals in the ninth. Back with more from Turner Field.